everybody. This is Debbie Ducic with GutZy Women, and that's with a Z. And I am so excited to be here today with a friend and a woman that I have admired for years and years and years and years. And we met, gosh, how long ago did we meet?
Maybe 15 years ago, maybe longer.
Maybe 15 years ago, and I have watched this woman just knock 'em dead with her talents, her creative gifts, and her business acumen. So we're going to talk about that, but first I guess I better introduce her. This is Kay Singleton, and Kay, why don't you tell us a little bit about what you do?
Well, what I like to think I do is I bring beauty. It's not just a job, it's a calling. And I've tried to do other things and it just didn't work out. I don't know if any of you are that way. If you have a creative streak, you might know what I mean. But that's what I really like to think I do, is I just bring a little joy and a little beauty into people's lives if I can. I like to paint, I like to draw, I like to write songs, I like to sing them, I like to write. If you visit my website, you'll see a little bit of writing as well as art, and you will see the music too. I really like to just try to do what God puts into my heart and just bring a smile once in a while. It's a tough place to be, so a little beauty goes a long way. So that's in short what I do.
Well, and that's a really good way to put it, because there are so many talents that you have, so many artistic, creative talents that you have. That how do you explain that? It's when you're really good at a whole bunch of different things. I think you just got that right on the head. You just bring beauty into the world and joy, because you bring joy to me. And what we would really like to find out, Kay, is how did you find out that you had those talents, and where did you find the wherewithal to get the guts up to go out there and take a chance with it?
I guess just special people, like all of us. There'll be somebody that'll notice something in us, and they'll say, you really need to get that out there. You really need to do something with that. Whether it's the music, I can think of certain names, of people that I was just thinking about this morning, is what a treasure they are in my life, that they would say, get out there and just write that song like you said you would. Don't be afraid. Or the paintings, there have been people that have encouraged me along the way, which kind of makes me think I need to talk to them sometime and say, hey, thank you for that. Because people are the ones that do that, and that's why it's so important that we inspire each other, and that we know that's our job here, is to get somebody, is to pour that into their lives.
And that's why we're sitting here on this couch today, because GutZy Women really is trying to gently and supportively help women get over their fear. And mainly over their fear of technology and multimedia marketing, to help them in their businesses. You happen to be one of those creative people that has just taken the bull by the horns as far as using technology in your business. So, Kay, how did you, were you afraid in the beginning of the technology piece?
Yeah, I think so, Jeff, a little bit. My son is a webmaster and was just one of these kids that just sat in front of the computer forever. And he showed me the amazing wonders of the internet world and how to use it and what was available, to learn and to sell and to, it just opened up an entire new world for me as far as selling. And because he launched me in it, but I didn't want to depend on him or anyone else to maintain it and do all the pain in the neck things you call people to do. So I'm just kind of a helpless DIYer, do-it-yourselfer. So I got his help getting started, but I kind of maintain everything myself now, which some people might say, well, you need to be painting and paying somebody else to do the other, but again, it's just hopeless. I fix my own cars, I fix my own washers. So this is what I do. I do the tech.
So you like to get in there and learn it and do it. What period of time do you think it took you to learn a lot of the things that you're doing online yourself?
I think the first thing I ever tried, Deb, was a little old free homestead page, you know, years ago when we were on dial-up and it took like 10 years to get one page up.
Right. Yeah, I remember the days of 22K when it took me 3 days to make one web page.
Yeah.
I
And the
remember that.
URLs were like that long. You know?
Yeah.
So anyway, it's just been a process ever since, I'd say, you know, I don't know, 10, 15 years anyway. So
Okay.
yeah, at least.
Okay.
At least.
Yeah. And now do you feel fairly comfortable with it, even though this new technology is changing every day? How do you keep up on that?
You know, I don't know. I just kind of watch for things that might help. Kind of like you've been, you know, promoting your blogs, your podcasting. You know, some of it's for me and some of it's not. You know, I'm still more visually oriented in what I do than anything else. But you just watch it and you say, well, is this worth it? Okay, well then go ahead and do the research. Maybe that's something you can do yourself. And I've added things like to my website along the way. Of course, you start out with your images and your sales parts, you know, but then I've added some things like a blog and a mailing list and a articles page and, you know, things like that that hopefully will get people to feel a little bit more like they know me and they know my product and they're more at ease in going ahead and shopping a little more, you know, that kind of
Yeah, and we're going to talk about all those things specifically in some of the next videos with you. Because you really are on a bunch of different sites and they each work a little bit different way. And I think that's going to be really good for you artists and creative people that are out there watching this video, because it's really going to give you a good idea of what's available. And here's a gutsy lady that took the bull by the horns and she's actually making it happen. And as she said, it's a process. And so what are you gonna? What's your next? What do you think you're gonna do next?
Good question, Deb. I haven't really thought. What I'm doing right now is just focusing on the organics. You know, the studio. I've done all that. I've set it all up, but I need to have the good stuff, as everyone does. Any artist needs to take that season and focus on the studio and what they're doing. The product itself,
right.
That it be quality, and quality means quantity. I really agree with that, and so that's where I'm at right now, Deb. I haven't honestly thought too much on the tech side. I kind of like this thing. I really like this thing.
Videos are fun.
Yeah.
We love videos at GutZy.
And you can use it for imagery, you know, so that might be nice.
Yeah.
I don't know. I could talk for years about this one thing on my mind. It's called passage presentations, and essentially what it is in a nutshell is all the talents balled up into one, which I think is actually the entire calling of my life, and that is to go to different places, speak, include all the media, whatever somebody wants to put, like a menu. Do you want a visual show? Do you want something on a PowerPoint screen? Do you want song? Do you want original song for your particular venue? Do you want stories for your kids? Do you want? It can all be this, you know, multimedia thing that ends up blessing. I mean, that's what it's about. It's blessing, you know, and that's kind of something that's on the back burner, but it is in the works. It's something I'd like to do. So.
All right. Just real quick, in the beginning, you probably started out in traditional types of marketing. Just real quick, because we've only got a few, like maybe a minute or so left. What do you see is the difference between the traditional ways of marketing that maybe you started out with and the successes that you had here and what the internet has done for you? Have you seen a real difference?
Well, you know, the principles seem the same. You meet people. That's so important. You've got to meet people. And that's what, like, I met you. You know, some of the places that you and I met and met other people, they're the most important things. And you make relationships. You make quality relationships with people. And you can't do it without that. And the internet has just expounded that completely.
Right.
I opened up a new site, which I'm sure we'll talk about at some time, on one of these art marketing sites, and got 8 people immediately, like within the first 10, 12 minutes, that liked the site. You know, fellow artists probably, but nonetheless, people that want to help you out and can help you out.
Right. Well, and that will lead in very well to the next video, because we will be talking about social networking. Social networking in our next video, and we're going to be talking specifically about the sites that you're on. So please, everybody out there, come back for the next video. This is Debbie Ducic with GutZy Women. We'll see you soon.